Hello, my name is Christopher Romano. Many of you know me as the first Railmaster, and I was once a young Earth creationist. This is some closure from it and an explanation. I have talked about it in the past, why I left, and I have taken down those videos because I wanted a complete video on why did I leave and just a complete video to explain everything, why I became one, how I left, and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to be going over it in today's video. Now, I was once a dummy, but we are going to go over everything. And now you're saying right now, how am I a dummy? Well, once you get the full narrow perspective of it, then you'll say, well, that's a dumb thing. Just like flat Earth. We know the Earth isn't flat. Come on, guys. There are a lot of strange and weird people in this world. But today we're going to be talking about why I left Young Earth Creationists and how I became a Young Earth Creationist. Now, the year is 2019. This is before the COVID pandemic of 2020. The year is 2019. It is the summer of 2019. It's Arizona. It's in Arizona where I live. Victoria the T-Rex is on display. Victoria the T-Rex, I went and saw it back in 2019. It was a beautiful specimen. I absolutely loved Victoria, and I absolutely loved it. And one of the things that at that time of 2019, they said dinosaurs went extinct 66 million years ago. This is what started the whole confusion. It started out of confusion, complete confusion, and this is how I became a Young Earth Creationist. Eventually. Now, it is also the year of many, many creationists putting out their videos on YouTube and talking about their own beliefs, and it also winded up me absorbing it and believing it. Now, Young Earth Creationists didn't happen until I think some of the pandemic too. But after I saw Victoria the T-Rex and I heard about 66 million years ago and I heard all about this 66 million years ago, I became quite confused and what happened to the 65 million, and many of you remember this. And I was like, okay, what's going on here? Why is it no longer 65? And to this day, there are still people that believe 65, and I'm still holding on to the 65 million years. But I will clarify in another video, or maybe a live stream, who knows? Hopefully someday. Hello and welcome back to another Dino Nerd video. Today, in this video, we're going to be talking about the Inca Stones and debunking the Inca Stones. Now, for those of you who do not know what the Inca Stones are, the Inca Stones are used by young Earth creationists, mainly the Hovens. And of course, they're these things that you see on the screen. So we'll get started with this one in particular right here. My camera kind of cuts out a little bit of it, but I think we can move it down. I guess we can. Okay, so right here, I'm gonna do this debunking of the Inca Stones in two ways. I'm going to debunk them by how accurate the dinosaurs are to the real life dinosaurs that I know, because I'm such a nerd, a dinosaur nerd. And then I'm going to debunk them the second way. I have two ways of debunking them in this video. So first, we're going to talk about how we call in dinosaur paleontological language how accurate they are. So first of all, the T-Rex is standing up like a kangaroo, and the tail looks so disproportionate. If you can see my mouse, the T-Rex tail was way larger, way thicker than this T-Rex tail, and not only that, T-Rex couldn't stand up like a kangaroo, plus its feet the feet don't look accurate, and the tail does not look accurate. T-Rex, or whatever theropod this is depicting here, cannot stand up like a kangaroo. This dinosaur could not stand up like a kangaroo at all. The reason why theropods like this, I'm not sure if this is a T-Rex or Allosaurus or whatever theropod, but theropod dinosaurs had tails to balance and use balancing on a horizontal position with their feet underneath them. They could not stand up in this kangaroo position like this. This is extremely inaccurate, and this is extremely wrong. Theropod dinosaurs could not stand up in this position like this, so this is wrong. This is incredibly wrong. So this isn't right. This is incorrect. Okay, I think this is a fish right here, so I'm not going to debunk that because this looks okay to me. Whatever fish this is, I really don't care. Okay, this sauropod looks okay, with the tail and everything. This sauropod looks okay. This Triceratops is only depicted with two horns. Triceratops actually had 3 horns, which is why it's called Triceratops. Now, the nose horn, I don't think it grew that big. Triceratops had very small brow horns. They didn't get that long. And of course, its feet, I think its feet may or may not be wrong, but the whole back end of the Triceratops looks a little bit wonky, and towards the top we have a Stegosaurus right here. It looks like the Stegosaurus looks fine, and the Pteranodon here too, but it's mainly, I believe, that this Inca stone is fake because of the way the theropod dinosaur is standing. The median dinosaurs could not stand like this at all in real life. They stood horizontally with their their head out front and their tail behind them. They could not stand out like a kangaroo. And not only that, the Triceratops looks wrong and very wonky. Other than that, the Stegosaur and Sauropod look okay, but just these two. So I'd say that this Inca Stone is extremely, extremely fake. I can move my camera down. Extremely fake because the Triceratops and whatever theropod this is depicting, plus the fingers on the hands, are extremely incorrect. I don't know what kind of theropod this is trying to depict. So this meat-eating dinosaur is wrong, and this Ceratopsian Triceratops is incorrect. So this Inca Stone is extremely fake. Very fake indeed. Now, the next Inca Stone that we're going to be covering is this one by Apologetics Press. Another, it sounds like another creationist, young Earth creationist company. It looks like, from what this Inca Stone is depicting right here, it looks like a meat-eating dinosaur is fighting with some sort of human. Now, dinosaurs and human beings did not live, they did not coexist together, from what paleontologists say. And not only that, there is no evidence of humans and dinosaurs ever interacting in any sort of violent way. And not only that, but if you zoom in very closely, you can see that the fingers on this guy, if I can zoom in, I can't zoom in, but if you can see right here, the fingers right here on this theropod, this looks extremely fake. And not only that, but the skull is extremely wonky itself, and the teeth are not sharp at all. They look like needles. And not only that, the lower mouth part is not showing any teeth at all. In fact, kind of looks like the lower mouth kind of looks like a beak. So this head is completely wrong to the real life. One, there's no nostrils, and there's no the snout in itself is completely wrong. Meat-eating dinosaurs' snouts were way larger, and they were more detailed than this. So if this Inca Stone was real, the skull would have been much longer, and it would have come around much like that. And not only that, but the teeth on this would be more sharp and more steak knife like, which they look, this looks like a 2-year-old made this, and this looks completely fake, and it's not real. And if these Inca Stones were real, we would be finding evidence of humans and dinosaurs interacting very recently, but we don't. Alright, the next Inca Stone we're going to be covering, if I can exit out. Let me exit out. Okay, I'll just use the back arrow. Okay. This Triceratops right here is given, it looks like elephant feet. Now, Triceratops did not have elephant feet. Triceratops had very, very nice feet, and it did not have elephant feet like this. Not only that, the frill is the frill looks okay, I'd say, but the overall body looks okay, but the feet on this are completely wrong. Triceratops did not have elephant feet. It actually had I'll put an image on screen of a Triceratops foot, and Triceratops feet did not look like this at all. And as you can see on the picture on screen, comparing these fossil Triceratops feet with the feet on this is completely false. So yeah, this Inca stone is fake because if this Inca stone were real, then it would have, the feet would have been made. And don't say that there wasn't enough room to carve the feet, because there were plenty of room to carve the feet, but instead they're elephant feet. Of course. And the feet could have been carved out in better detail too. So this Inca stone is fake. Fake, I tell you, fake. Okay. Now, I've just debunked 3 Inca stones, again with this looking sauropod. There are no evidence of humans and dinosaurs ever coexisting with each other. And now, if humans did hunt dinosaurs, we would have evidence of them in the fossil record very recently. But we don't. We don't, because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. And if it did happen, we'd have evidence of it. Just like we have evidence of the Ica Peru structures here. We have evidence of this, but we don't have evidence of this, if you know what I'm saying. Okay. I think I've just debunked 4 Inca stones. Again, this is the 5th Inca stone that I have to say with strong. If you look closer at this theropod dinosaur, this is completely wrong, because theropod dinosaurs couldn't stand up like this in this kangaroo stance, because the tail was enacted as a balancing stance. And again, the tail was a lot more thicker. It had vertebrae in it that were much bigger, and this tail is completely wrong. Not only that, the feet on this dinosaur look like they're human feet, and not only that, at the head looks completely wrong. It's given like a beak-like mouth with needle-like teeth. It would have had steak knife-like teeth with a much larger head curving out. If this Inca stone were real, then it would have had a much better looking head than this, and the teeth would have looked more like sharp steak knife teeth, but these are like needle-like teeth. And I'm not sure about the skin. It could have had the skin pattern in real life, maybe or maybe not, but it would have had the back of this dinosaur doesn't look right. And with the arms did face inwards, and dinosaurs could grab like this, but humans and dinosaurs did not live at the same time. Now, the feet on these dinosaurs are completely wrong. They would have had 3 toes. I could draw a better looking dinosaur. If you gave me one of these stones, I could draw a way better looking dinosaur on one of these stones than these right here. But these are simply fake, and they're not real, because if you compare them to the actual paleontological dinosaurs at the museum and compare them with this and the ones at a dinosaur museum, they would look completely wrong. They are completely wrong indeed. Okay. I think these... Okay, this is another Ica stone. You can see all the beautiful stones, but we're talking about these stones today. Okay, I think this is some sort of iguanodontid and a stegosaur and another triceratops. These don't look wrong at all, but I don't. Maybe the head of the stegosaurus. I think the head of the stegosaurus looks correct, but I don't know what dinosaur this is depicting. Again, the feet on this triceratops could have been depicted a little bit better. Not only that, they could have given this a little bit more detail. But I believe this stone is fake as well, not because I believe that dinosaurs lived millions of years ago, but because I know this this doesn't look right to me for some reason. I know it because the triceratops skull isn't depicted very well. Ceratopsian skulls were in better detail than this, and not only that, the brow horn on the triceratops was way smaller than that, and the frill on this is different than the frills of the other triceratopses depicted. Way different. And not only that, the feet on this, compared to the other triceratops we've seen before, are completely different. One that I just mentioned had feet like an elephant, while this one, they're depicted with toes. So you know there's something wrong here. And not only that, the frill is different than every single one. So that's a red flag right there. And not only that, but and I just know, and what kind of dinosaur are they trying to depict here too? These two look completely off, and I'd say this stone is a red flag right here. Okay. There are not that many other Inca stones if you Google them. Oh, there's still that one's false because they didn't have that long of a brow horn, and I just debunked that. What does little Einstein's wiki fandom have to? That children's show had nothing to do with this creationist, young earth creationist stuff at all. And this guy looks like he's painting something or doing something. I don't know. I'm getting distracted. I don't understand why little Einstein's Wikipedia is trying to. That show had nothing to do with this, from what I remember from my childhood. Okay, I think that was all the Inca stones that had to do with dinosaurs. Scrolling back up to the top. So yeah, these Inca stones are fake because they have a variety of paleontological errors with them, or paleo errors for short. Not only that, now I'm going to be covering the second point and second way I'm going to debunk this. Alright, to conclude this Dino Nerd video with my second way of debunking this Inca Stones once and for all. This Inca Stones is no longer proof of dinosaurs and humans coexisting because of all the paleontological errors that I've listed already in the video, with the meat-eating dinosaurs, the ceratopsians, the horned dinosaurs, and of course the stegosaurs and long necks looked okay, but the long necks, some long necks had their their tails out. No dinosaurs had their tails lying down. They always had their tails in the air from footprints and whatnot. So I just realized that at that moment. So the second way that I mentioned, number 2, just covered number 1. Now we're going on number 2 by using the dictionary here. I have my dictionary right here. The dictionary, like how in the intro of the video, this is a dictionary, and thesaurus, my favorite kind of dinosaur, a thesaurus. The dictionary here, we're going to be using the word logic in the second way of debunking them. Now, for those who don't know what logic is a science that deals with the rules and tests of sounds, thinking, and proof by reasoning. We're reasoning here. So if the Inca Stones were real, and that if the Inca Stones were real, they would be carved in better detail. Second of all, the theropod dinosaurs would not be standing in a kangaroo stance. They couldn't do that in real life. And next of all, the ceratopsians would be given in great detail. But some of them aren't. And the theropod teeth, the meat-eating dinosaur teeth, would have been more accurate. If the Inca Stones were real, they would be more paleontological accurate. But they're not. So that's the first reason. The second reason why they are not real, because by first reason being the paleontological errors, and the second reason, if you apply logic and a little bit more paleontology, and I could probably flip through this dictionary here and list more words about how wrong they are and how fake they are. Triceratops did not live in Inca Peru, because Triceratops were in North America and lived in North America. Now, I'm not going to hash out the millions of years because we already know that part, so I don't think I need to hash that out. But they did not live in South America, and there was no evidence of Triceratops living in South America, especially Inca Peru. Now, the theropod, I don't know if it was a T-Rex or a Giganotosaurus. It could be a Giganotosaurus because there were no T-Rex in South America. Giga or Giga, however you pronounce it. That theropod odds would be holding their tail horizontally, so that was incorrect. Okay. Alright, so I think I covered my second reason with using logic was my second reason, and using the handy dandy dictionary like how I did in the intro. So if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like, whether it's a thumbs up, a heart button, and remember to click that follow or subscribe button. Again, this is Dino Nerd here. Just debunk the Inca Stones with paleontology, logic, reasoning, and of course, with my thinking cap. I hope you enjoyed this video. And now, I'm a scientific, paleontological person than I once was, and I feel way better about myself now these days than I did before. Back in 2019, 2020. This Dino Nerd here, saying